I've gone up to Scorsese, they go, what is it going to take? What do I have to... Every movie, I'm being left out of it.
Okay, guys, rolling.
All right.
Okay.
All right. All right, this is about to sound really good. Ready?
Go for it.
Mr. Sylvester Stallone, welcome to Etalk.
Oh, hello.
Wow, imagine I just said that out loud in real life.
You did it well.
Listen, I got a chance to get a sneak peek. I saw the first episode and loved it. The only thing I was pissed about was I only got to see one episode. Because right away, I want to know more about the story. I want to know what's going to happen at the bar.
That's a good omen there.
Right?
Yeah.
So, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
It's a good return to the small screen for you. And I'm looking at it like, hey, I want to see more of the story.
Right, right.
What was it about the story, I guess, initially that made you say, I'll do this?
You know, it's really hard to find anything fresh, including bread or anything fresh.
Right.
And when you come across a character, have I seen this before? Yes. But have I seen it like a gangster who does 25 years, thinking he's going to be rewarded? He comes out, and the people that were supposed to reward him have passed on.
Yeah.
And now he has their children who basically look at him as old news, and they exile him to Tulsa. So you take a gangster who's been loyal, you put him in the middle of nowhere. I mean, Tulsa, Oklahoma is a rough place. People are fantastic, but it's the real West.
Real West, yeah.
And here he is in silk suits and parasol sunglasses, this, and crocodile shoes, and he has to start over. And this gang, he's going to comprise of Indians and cowboys and hippies and guys selling marijuana.
Yeah.
In other words, he starts to build a whole new family. So it's not really driven about violence. It's driven about how do you survive? How do you avoid loneliness?
Yeah.
All these people are kind of like lonely, and they come together. It's almost like with Rocky. You know, you meet Adrian, you meet her brother, you meet Mickey, and then together they form a unit.
Yeah. I feel like we've seen you take on so many different roles over the years. But this one, as you just described, with all those elements, right? He's coming out, he's saying, hasn't seen the world and what the world looks like in 25 years and how it operates. You know, the little nod to Google and those kind of things. Was it difficult to find that voice and still be the wise guy, not want to be referred to as a gangster?
Well, you know what it is? I thought, let me try a formula. There was a book written years ago by Franz Kafka called Metamorphosis. You go to sleep with yourself and you wake up as a giant cockroach. Now, I know your audience is going, you're a cockroach? No. But the premise is, imagine if this is what you do, you woke up, you're now a gangster.
Yeah.
You're in this world, but you decide you're your same personality. You're not going to all of a sudden be the gangster guy with the dead eyes, or, everyone's posing and being tough and that kind of thing. No, you're charming, you're outgoing, you're exactly the same you are until somebody crosses that line and disrespects you, and then you're back to yourself again. So I thought, why don't I just be me? You know what I mean? Try to be that. So, and which is the hardest thing to do in acting, is to actually be yourself.
Right.
It sounds easy, but as soon as you're in front of a camera, you lock up. I don't care who it is. You still, to this day, there's always that butterfly thing, and it takes years of learning how to, as you know, to calm down in front of the camera, where you can sit there and scratch yourself. I don't always feel like, what do I do with my hands? That kind of thing. Well, that's what has happened in this show, that I'm basically playing me as the fella who's a gangster, but he's also charming and nice. He's not trying to be threatening.
Yeah, yeah.
But if he's threatened by other bad guys, then you see him kick into gear.
Yeah, 100%. Nah, I love it. I promise you, as soon as the episode was over, I'm clicking going, wait, that's it? That's all they sent me?
That's all you get for free, you know that?
They just sent me one. I'm like, what the heck? Tell me about working with Taylor Sheridan. Obviously, amazing track record, but what's that experience like?
Well, I met him at a barn.
Okay.
I mean, he was riding his horses. He wasn't Taylor Sheridan then.
Okay. Yeah.
He was just starting out, and I was obviously been around a lot longer than he has, and we hit it off on the horse level, the equestrian connection.
Okay.
And then he ended up buying a horse of mine, like a lesser horse, and that was it. But somehow this connection was made, And 8 years later, 6 years later,
worked out.
What do you think about this idea? I go, very good. Because I've always wanted to play, and I never get cast. I've gone up to Scorsese, they go, what is it going to take? What do I have to... Every movie, I'm being left out of it.
Yeah. What I also think is amazing is when you, like, if you have to explain this show to someone,
Yeah.
let's say you have one of your best friends, they haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
Like, so what are you working on? It's so easy to explain.
It is.
And right away, you're like, okay, yeah, I want to watch that.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, you're right. Like, it is easy to explain.
And I think sometimes, especially when you're talking about trying to find these fresh ideas, then sometimes we get lost in these like super elaborate, and someone's explaining something and you're going, what? Yeah, sort of, kind of get it.
You are so right on. The best stories are these really simple ideas that the audience hooks onto. I mean, if you really look at super successful franchises or things on streaming shows on TV, the majority of the successful ones are pretty simple to follow.
Yeah.
And you become engaged rather than going, what was that about?
Right.
Did you get that? I didn't get that. Run it back. You know, that kind of thing.
You're also wearing a producer hat in this.
Yeah.
How important is that for you, and how long has that been like, I guess, something you want to do?
The thing is, quite often I never took the producer hat or credit, even from the first Rocky. I just thought, okay, let's not show off too much. But if you want to take charge of your life, you have to be producing. You have to say, that actor works, this scene doesn't work, let's move it here, I'm not sure, we'll do this scene over. So I guess I've been doing it a long time, but I haven't actually taken the credit.
Right, like formally.
Formally, because I thought it's a little too much. Written, starring, directed, sung by, editing, catering by,
Choreography.
Yeah, choreography. That's too much.
So, and why is that though? Like, I almost feel like there's something there in terms of maybe, is it the investment that you're putting into the project that would say, hey, I think it makes sense for you to be producing as well?
Yes, because today, quite often, instead of giving you more money, they give you the credit. Hey, you're a producer. But when you write, you're basically, you're a producer. I mean, this is coming from you. In other words, no one knows it better. And I was working with Terry Winter, who was one of the main writers, the writer, showrunner on Boardwalk Empire and Sopranos. But my writing background gave me the credentials to go on, and especially in Rocky. I mean, I think I saw the producer there 6 times in all those years.
Right.
You know what I mean? They just show up for the team picture and they see you later. So you're on your own. And so you usually work alongside the director and hopefully you produce it. And it's a very important job. Like, you got great producers like Jerry Bruckheimer and people that just see these projects through fruition. It's pretty impressive.
No, it is. I think it also, like, it kind of just speaks to like the commitment. Like, hey, I'm all in for this project. We're gonna offer what we can to make it work.
Which means you have no life left anymore because you're there 24/7.
Until rap, we got no other life.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, you're there laying in bed going, that's it. And you write it down and fall back to sleep again. That's the part of it that's almost becomes antagonistic for me because you want to do it, but as Tony Robbins would say, it's the pleasure worth the pain. In other words, you want to be with your family, you want to enjoy the fruits of your labors, but when you're producing and directing, you have no life other than that project.
You got to see it across the line.
Yes.
Got to see it across the line.
Yeah.
I gotta talk about, we've talked about legacy. Someone that I feel like you've influenced a lot, and we've all watched, Michael B. Jordan.
Oh.
And with Creed 3 coming as well.
Yeah.
And him wanting to also wear that hat as well.
Yeah.
Do you think is that directly coming from you? Do you think he's inspired by seeing how that has worked out for you?
I think going into like the Rocky world for a while and then transferring to what they call the Creed verse. I think he's seen his relationship with Ryan Coogler and me do it. He goes, well, why not try it? Because you never know, I swear to God, until you jump into that deep end of the pool, if you like this or this is really not what I want to do. I've seen actors produce and direct, literally quit in 2 weeks. I'm done. I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
They're great actors. But obviously he enjoyed the process, so he'll probably take it to the next level.
Yeah.
Poor guy. It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. Well, I think that's our time.
Oh, well, so great. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
And congrats, man. The show is great. And hopefully they'll send me the episode too.
Yeah.
Like the video? Then hit the button, or better yet, drop us a comment. Then check out our latest videos here. And don't forget to subscribe by hitting the button here for more celebrity interviews and entertainment news.